Welcome everybody, it's Crypto Kusha here. It has been a while since I wanted to make a video talking about the Web3 gaming and how it's going. So I decided to jump in with the Coingecko report about GameFi and start my rants and complaints from this report and continue making videos about the concerns I have with the Web3 gaming. So December 18, 2023, Coingecko published a report sponsored by Ronin, and the first thing they talk about is the number of active users, which means the players, and it's saying that the top 20 games are attracting 65% of the players, and those top 20 games are these, which I'm gonna check each one of them individually and make a separate video for each one of them. So subscribe if you are interested to know about these games. And by these numbers, I can tell that we have 1 million players in the whole Web3 gaming space. I don't know how the data is being collected. The source is it's actually this report. So once you click on this, the report will reopen again. So the second thing they talk about is the genre of the games, and you can see the quarter of players are doing farming and mining, then they are playing the card games, then move to end in sports, and in this sports they're including Top Shots and So Rare, which I think they're mostly card games also. I don't know if Top Shot is even a game, it's just a collectible. I don't know if they added a game. I will check it out. Usually in traditional gaming is the opposite. So we have the shooters, the RPGs, and the real sports like the FIFA, the NFL, and those kind of stuff with the skill-based games to be top. So this tells me one thing: either the audience, the users, the players are different in the Web3 gaming, or the project makers, the game developers, they have a different mindset, or maybe both is true. We have a different audience with a different mindset, so we're getting a different product. Then the third thing they talk about is the chains used for the gaming space, and I don't care about the chain as long as it's fast, it's cheap, and it's user friendly. So we have the scale chain, which I don't know what game is being played on it, but it has the most users on it. Then we have Vax, which I think Alien Worlds is being played on that. Then we have the Ronin, so of course Axie Infinity is on it, and other things are being developed. So it's, according to this, Ronin is actually coming up. And then we have High Polygon and the rest of them, which is actually not very important. So then they do a comparison between non-GameFi addresses and GameFi addresses in different chains, which is not very important. It's actually a repeat of the chains being used for gaming and what's not being used, which doesn't matter. Then they have their slideshow, which this slide is a bit important, that they talk about the failures. They're saying 75% of the games fail, which they define a failed games as this. So failed games were defined as inactive when their 14-day moving average number of active users fell by 99% or more from peak. So it's saying if they had 100 players, then in 2 weeks time they have only 1 player left, that's a failed project. But I don't know if they consider a game having 20 players and they keep having 20 players, or they just drop from 20 to 15, or if they drop to 5, is that considered a failed game? For me, it's already a failed game with 20 users, but if they consider those games. And here they're showing different genres and which games are included in them, so it's not important. We will cover most of them later on in different videos. Then again, they talk about the active users, the top genres, and those kind of stuff. And I don't know how the data are actually calculated, so who's giving out the data? Even here they say that the figures for Solar, Parallels, and Big Time are estimates based on the active buyers of their NFTs. I don't know, they assume that 100 people are buying the NFTs. If that's equivalent to the 10% of the user base, then they have 1,000 players. I don't know how they calculate it. And the rest are saying that it's publicly disclosed. So there is an on-chain metrics that can tell each game is actually having this kind of players, or it's whatever the project discloses itself. And here they're comparing the chains and the number of active games on each chain. So BSC has the most games on it, then Polygon, then Ethereum, but they don't have the most activity. So the most activity goes to Scale and Ronin with the lowest number of games. So they have 16 and 15. So maybe the games on there are very good. Here they talk about which games are there. So on Scale there is a Gamifly, and there is a Motodex, and Ronin has Axie of course, and Pixels, which is trending right now. I will check all of these out and see what they are all about. Then they give a bunch of different metrics about what not, and those are not important. A full page on Ronin, which actually it's a chain that has to be looked at because the games are being developed and are actually being played on it, so we cannot ignore Ronin. And then even Coingecko on this slide, they said they're looking ahead, waiting on the promises made on the Web3 gaming, and they're waiting to see if any of these big names can deliver on those promises, which actually brings me to the point that I will make videos and talking about how Web3 is going and what things I don't like about Web3, like the token utilities, how they implement NFTs, how we're using the blockchain, the target audience, how we're marketing, and those kind of stuff. So if you're interested in those, please subscribe and stay tuned. And at the last slide, they're thanking us, and I'm gonna thank you guys for watching till the end. And if you have any concerns or comments about Web3 gaming, please write down in the comment. I want to keep a dialogue between us, the gamers who are concerned about the Web3 gaming, and we're excited about the Web3 gaming, but it's not going as planned. Or maybe if you have seen games that have actually done it right, please comment and let me know. I will definitely check them out. See you in the next video.